All right. How's it going tonight, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope your week's off to a good start. And yeah, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, we're gonna pick up where we left off on Thursday. This pull request has still been reviewed. We are gonna build the next part on top of it, which is to restore the conversations that were serialized, which will be done as a separate pull request. I don't think there's been anything that's happened since. Nope. Yep. So, yep, hasn't been reviewed yet. Totally fine. Not a big deal. But we're going to start building the next piece right away because that's what we got to do. And holy shit, I got a lot of stuff open. And close all this. I spent some time this weekend cleaning up build agents and stuff, so our builds look a lot better than they used to. For example, I think everything except GIR lint is green. No. Oh, Windows is... Why is Windows failing again? Oh. The the problem with that is we have a property called inline, and it's making shit go crazy. Inline C function compiler or something. So like we have it defined as underscore inline, and that works for everything except Minghui on Windows, which is annoying. And we're gonna have to fix, or we have to fix it. I'm not sure how we're gonna do it yet, but it goes fucking crazy because of it. But like, I don't know, it gets weird with it. Did we loop? Yeah, there's only 7. Yeah, so I don't know why exactly. It's just it's a dick. And we're gonna have to fix that. But yeah. But yeah, so I got the Windows agent up and running. That was a bunch of more stupidness I tried to fix last week and I couldn't figure it out, but I figured it out this week finally. The problem was we were using to build the team. We use Ansible to manage all the build agents. And to build for the Windows one, obviously we have to do a bunch of stuff specific to Windows. But it turns out the Windows community extension, whatever thing for Ansible, was out of date. And when we were writing the config file for the Team City agent, it wasn't actually filling out the template. It was just putting the raw file and copying it directly. So nothing worked. It took me a long time to figure out that, oh, I just need to update the collection. And then it worked fine. But yeah, either way, so that's all there, that's all good. But we are going to start with this. Also over the weekend, I started our SIP library. We might work on it tonight a bit, we'll see. The name of the SIP library is Regret, because everybody says we're going to regret it. And an egret is a bird that's similar to a heron, something like that, which is, you know, just more birds, lots of birds. We were going to go with heron, but I apparently have been mispronouncing it for years, which is why I've said it like 3 different ways already. And I thought it was Huron, and I was like, Huron makes a good name for a SIP library. And then it's like, I looked up pronunciation and went, that's not how you say it. And then I saw something about an egret, and I'm looking at the name egret going, that's mostly regret. That sounds like a great name. How's it going, Wrapped? Welcome, welcome. Been a while. How are you? All right, so the first thing we have to do for this pull to start this pull request, you'll see all my conversations came up, right? Testing and Pidgin. There's only the 2. That's fine. But what we're going to do here is we're going to go over to plugins here, and we are going to unload. Actually, that should be that way. Channel join hack. We're just going to get rid of that. I didn't even get that a version, right? All right, cool. We're going to exit. We're going to load this back up. You'll see those channels did not load. That is intentional because SQLite 3, conf, Pidgin 3, conversation, select ID from conversations. Huh? Oh, it's conversation ID, but I don't know why I'm just giving me a syntax error. Right? So there's the conversations. Huh. Yeah, I guess that should be fine. We'll see what happens. So we have everything in the database. It's like Aaron Heron. So Heron? No, Heron. I know. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The point was, I thought it was wrong, or what I thought was wrong, and I'll get it eventually. But anyway, so we renamed it to Regret, and I got a bunch of it stood up. I skipped doing pull request stuff on it right away because I know people are busy with stuff, and it's mostly all boilerplate anyways. But it is in Team City now. Boink. It's got all the builds. I know most people can't see this stuff. That's okay. It's got code coverage. Oh, one of the other things I've been doing here too. Check this out. Code coverage, blink. So this works. Yep. Every time we do a build, we get code coverage. But more fun than that, well, additional fun to that, is for all of these guys, we should have, well, it doesn't show it here, but you'll see this says test pass 2 instead of just success. So, boop. Yay, we get our unit test in here, and you can click on these guys, and it should expand it out. Or not, I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Oh, nope. There we go. Right? So now we can see all the test stuff like that. I was playing around with this in Pidgin as well, and you will see... Did I do it on this one? I think I did. Yeah. Pidgin says test passed 133. Obviously a lot more tests there, right? So we got this all set up finally. So, boom, there's all the tests for Pidgin, the time they took, their output. I hit the wrong part again. Or did I? Well, shit, did I expand this then? Okay. I don't know why we're not getting that. Whatever. It's something to look at later. But anyways, so we finally have that stuff in here. I've got it set up for just about everything here. Even the Windows builds have it. Boom. Right. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why the Pidgin ones aren't doing this, but that's... Yeah. Yep. The library's name's Regret. How's it going, King? Welcome, welcome. So, yep. But so Windows, OpenBSD, Mac, FreeBSD, and then the Debian ones. I got to go back and do Fedora. The reason Debian and stuff is here because we start with that for the docs container and coverage. It's nothing against Fedora. We just didn't build a container yet. There's only one container built here. This is, and that's these 3 builds. Then these ones are all on direct build agents. So, doing okay. Busy. You know how it goes. But yeah. So, all right. Without further ado, let's just jump back into that conversation manager. Oh, the one thing I wanted to see first, we need to look at core.c. So, where? There's the account manager, conversation managers, after presence, and contact manager. That's good. I wonder if we can get rid of accounts yet. I think we're close, but not quite there. We set up history adapter. Init network, idle, discover, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't know who sets our online state, but I guess that is... Purple account manager set online. Oh, that disables it. Okay, that's okay. Looking for this. Account sets this to on. Oh, and the network change thing. Okay, yep. And then yeah, that's fine. Okay, then we call that from Pidgin. Where's this one with the network callback? No, shit, that's not this one. Network changed callback. Some purple accounts in it. The order of this might be shitty. Because before we connect, we need to restore conversations before we start trying to connect accounts or anything. And when the account manager goes online, when this gets called, that will be that problem. So I guess what we're gonna do is we're gonna try that here and see what happens. So where exactly do we want to put this is the question. So the conversation manager in it. 4.c conversation manager startup. Okay, do at startup we should start doing this. Okay, so we got the default manager, blah blah blah. Load conversations. Conversation manager. Load conversations. Where exactly? Okay. Right. So we have a global helper for this. Yeah. So who calls? Oh, this gets called for each conversation. Right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, let's start here. We need to. Yeah, this is gonna get shitty right now, and that's okay. It's not super surprising, but we're gonna have to build a crummy query. That's okay. New file. This is gonna be yeah, tags will be separate. Select conversations. All right, we'll name it select properties. That's equal. So just like insert properties, it's going to be basically the reverse, right? We're going to have to name a bunch of columns in kind of weird, fun ways, but it's okay. And that's why this is going to get weird and shitty. Because there's a bunch of stuff we're not going to be able to load yet, which is okay. But that's the fun of it. And that's just kind of the way Seagull is, but that's to make the bindings work and to make them work well. So, but what we're going to do is we're going to start with this. All right, so we're going to just drop this in here for reference. So we're going to say select account ID, age restricted as conf, age restricted, alias as conf alias. So what we're doing here is we're purposely putting a prefix on the name so we can bind them into an object directly. So like I said, it's a little weird, but it's okay. But that's supposed to be conversation ID. How is that working? Right? We just ran the query on this. Yeah, it's conversation ID. That shouldn't be working. Unless, oh, you know what? I think I probably worked around it here, and we should probably fix that. No, okay, in the database, it's conversation ID, right? Yeah, okay, that's fine, that's fine. All right, so select conversation ID as conf ID, yep. Created on as conf created on. Creator ID stays the same. So basically, if they don't have an as, giving them an alias, we're gonna query them directly that way. So, actually, no, we should just be able to do this. And that'll help. Data rated as conf logging. Conf needs attention. Conf title, conf topic. Topic author ID is going to stay that way, yep. Conf topic updated. Conf type, I'm reading commas. That's a problem. Conf URL, it's conf. I somehow missed the last character there. From conversations where conversation ID, actually, yeah, this one needs to be here. Oh, no. Yeah. We have no reason to do a where clause here. We're going to load everything and then go from there. Okay, yep, that's fine. That's it. That's a statement. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's rename this to query properties, though. Okay, so we're going to run this at startup, and then we're going to build conversations out of it. I know, it sounds so easy, so simple. There's a bunch of code to go with it, though, is the problem. But okay, so that's be built all in there. What did I name this? Load conversations. Static void. Purple conversation manager, star manager. Whether we're gonna have to see how this goes, but it's okay. Oh, first things first, we need Seagull statement star query properties. I'd like to clean this up a little bit somehow, but it's okay right now. Query properties. Multi-load query property statement. Okay. We need to clean this up on finalize too. Oh shit. Oh, whoops. I have to update the other pull request because I didn't free any memory. Start of loading conversations from the database. G-clear object manager insert properties. G-clear object manager insert tags. G-clear object manager delete tags. So just 3, right? What? You're not. Why are you there? You should not be there. Oh. Whoops. Okay, this should be better. Yes. Finalize. To be fair, when I finished this on Thursday, I was really tired. But I should have remembered to free my memory. Again, we're not going to get the other conversations loaded because there's nothing to load them now. So I disabled that plugin. Okay. Oh, that looks like a problem. All right, I don't see any errors here. That doesn't mean we're not creating that problem here, but we're gonna update the pull request with that. 4048. Oh, might as well rebase. Nope. No. Why? What do you mean? What do you mean by hooks? Hooks can mean all sorts of things. Like, some people would call signals hooks, which isn't, I mean, technically, I suppose an accumulated signal that does like a first to respond with true will end emission and stuff like that, that could be considered a hook. But like a signal in general is not a hook because it's just, it's pub sub, right? A general signal is just pub sub. Something publishes it, people subscribe to it, and then they do work on it. But the plugins aren't necessarily like hook only based, right? Because a plugin can add a protocol to the protocol manager, and that's how you add additional protocols. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff like that. Login adapters, credential providers, or idle providers, a whole bunch of stuff where they just create an instance of an abstract type and then they tell a manager about it to go like, hey, make this an option for the user. It goes, okay. And then the manager will, you know, default to the right one and stuff like that. But the plugins are a lot more than signals. You don't even necessarily need signals, is what I'm saying. But why do you ask? 4048. Like what we're doing right now with the conversation serialization, none of this has to do with plugins. This is just a default behavior. And someone will probably bitch at some point, but we'll figure out how to make it pluggable later. We spend too much time, especially with the history stuff, making it all pluggable just to realize that the API is not going to scale to what we need it to do. It's just like, oh, we put in all this time, and yep. So we're taking a different approach now, which is make it work, and then we'll make it pluggable later. Okay. Well, that's dumb. I guess we'll fix that here. It wasn't supposed to be that way. That's okay. All right, so oh, jeez. Do we? There's no transactions here because we're not inserting anything. We shouldn't have any failures. We should just have queries all around. All right, so oh, right, we have that problem. Okay, yep, that's fine. That's fine. We have to go back here. This will not be done this way. Actually, we have to look at this real quick. And so the question here is, what is all construct only? I don't think the account is, but it might be. It is. Okay, so the account might be easier to look at the code, honestly. And the ID are both going to be construct only. All right, let's just look at the code. Purple conversation.c construct only. The ID, the type, and the account. Wait, why the fuck is federated construct only? Like, okay, but shit. All right, so account ID, federated. And the type. So since these are construct only properties, we have to get them before we create the conversation, because we have to create the conversation with them as properties. So we need gboolean federated equals false. Actually, we're gonna put this in the loop. All right. Let's start with the actual basics here, right? So for starters, we're gonna do Siegel statement, reset, manager, query properties. G error star error equals null. If error is not equal to null, G warning, fail to reset query properties statement. Return. Okay. At this point, we're pretty much committed, and we're just going to keep trying to load shit while we can and go from there. So then we are going to say gboolean. Actually, no, we don't even need this. while Seagull statement step manager query properties error if error is not equal to null G1 G warning failed querying properties. Need to make sure that these are actually logging with the conversation manager stuff, so I don't have to put that in here. Do we want to reset again? I think resetting before we do it, it's probably fine. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So basically, this is the start of it. We go from there. So we need to have column returns does not return a static string, does it? Shit. Why do I not remember this already? If I do column string, column text, okay, it does return const. Okay. So we need gboolean federated equals false. Const car star account ID equals null. Const car star conversation ID equals null. Gint type equals G type and which we say 0. Do we have a value for that? I don't know what we do. Type unset, we do. Okay. So we need purple account, star account equals null. Purple conversation, star conversation equals null. Right. We have the account ID and attempt to find the account. If the account doesn't exist, there's nothing we can do, right? Account ID equals Seagull statement column text name that we gave it is account ID. Manager query properties account ID comma then error. If error is not equal to null, G warning failed to read account ID. Error break. Yeah, I guess that's fine for now. We did create the account. Okay. We need the account manager. Purple account manager star account manager equals null. Account manager equals purple account manager get default. Okay. Now we have the account manager. So now we can say account equals purple account manager find something. I don't remember. Been so long since I've used it. Find by ID. Look up account based on its ID property. Okay. Find by ID. Account manager, comma, account ID. Wasn't there 3 parameters? No. How's it going, Fallen? Welcome, welcome. How are you tonight? Oh, actually, this shouldn't be break. This should be continue. For ID. Okay, so now we have the account. Things are alright. Busy, busy. You know the drill. Alright, I named this conversation ID. Yeah. Conversation ID equals Seagull statement column text manager query properties conversation ID error. If error is not equal to null, warning, failed to read conversation ID. What? So we got the conversation ID, we've got the account. We need to get the type and federate it. Bind int. We did bind enum, didn't we? Yeah, we did bind enum. Not bind, column enum. Manager query properties, comma type. Oh, I did not. Sorry. My bad. Here, does that count? Sorry, I just totally overlooked it. That's a lot of water. Failed to read type. Alright, and then federated Seagull statement column. Did we make a Boolean? I think we did. Double. Oh, we did not. Okay, well, just an int, whatever. Ooh. Oh, that was probably too much water. If error is not equal to null, warning, fail to read federated. All right, at this point we can create the conversation. Get rid of the variable. Have all the construct only properties So let's create the instance. Conversation equals G object new purple type conversation account ID conversation ID federated type null. Okay. G warning conversation percent P comma conversation. We're just gonna leak this right now. We just want to compile and make sure that this works, right? That is our goal. Yep. This is why we test. Oh, yep. I probably have to include purple account manager, huh? That might be important here. And purple account. Technically, we didn't need purple account, but we're going to grab it anyways because we'll need it. I don't like doing the indirect requests or includes. I prefer them to be direct. Even just order and stuff just should be fine. But it's just when you delete one, you can actually track what's being included and what's not. Whatever. Blah blah blah. So, all right, that looks like it's going to compile. Sweet. Oh, but that means we want to run it too. Okay, so more than one SQL statement was provided because I put a stupid semicolon at the end. That's something I need to, oh, it's not just the semicolon, it's that there's a new line after the semicolon. And that's what confuses it. It's okay. It's a bug we have to fix, but cool. We created 3 conversations. We didn't load any of them into place or anything yet, which is why they are not there. But we created the conversations. Awesome. So, let's start with the easy path here. Once we find where the shit my code was. There it is. Alright, so now we have the conversations. Add the conversation to the manager. There's no... returns true if it was added. We don't really care. Well... Oh, yeah. So, it shouldn't have been... Okay, we don't care. Either way, we're going to get rid of our reference after this, and we'll be good to go. Okay. Purple conversation manager. Add manager conversation. G clear object conversation. I guess we could have just done this as part of our test, but... Well, what the shit? Huh. Like, this shouldn't have killed it. Because the manager adds its own reference to it. Oh. Oh. That's really dumb. Anybody else know what the problem is? I can tell you what the problem is. It's really dumb. So the obvious thing what's going on, and it's shown because the status window doesn't appear, is that due to the way this happens, the order of operations, the UI right now is not looking for existing conversations. It's only looking for newly added conversations. So all of this is happening long before the UI starts up. So here, right? So if we just uncomment that, or if we comment this out, right? You'll see that the status window will come back. There's the status window. So what's happening is all of these conversations are being created and added to the manager, so they exist. But that's all happening long before the Pidgin display window is connected into the signal to see them get added. So, we're gonna have to kind of do a or do two things in tandem here, which is gonna be silly. But we're gonna need to do this and kind of shelf this as we build another pull request where the Pidgin display window, if it's the default window, will have to load everything from the conversation manager to bring it back. Which is going to be, that'll get split up later too. I'm so glad we haven't actually started splitting conversations out yet, because we can do that all at once later then. But okay, so we're going to leave this here. Okay, issue check-in, amend. Oh, I should have done status, but okay. So what we're going to do in tandem now, because that's a problem, is we need to go to display window.c. Then not that it's in it, but maybe. Oh wait, who calls this? I guess we call it ourselves. Okay, so yeah, so here's the problem. When the conversation's added, like this isn't a huge deal, but this needs to be done, and this is the problem. I don't remember how any of this works either is the problem. So wait, when does this get added? This is, it's called by that. Oh, okay, so we don't even have anything in here yet to I thought we had this set up to like keep track of what the default display window was. Maybe that's in the application, it might be. All right, making this multiple windows is something we're punting off for a while, so we can work on more important things. And we're still not sure exactly how that's going to work, and that's part of the problem here. But that's okay. It's okay. It's not a big deal. So what does this function do directly? Okay, that just calls add. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is back in the init method. Add any existing conversations. This is going to be a problem, right? We're going to have to do this when it's a default window. We're going to have to handle this differently, but that's okay. So we should be able to say for GU into I equals 0, I is less than G list model get n items list model. Conversation manager. We're gonna clean this up. This is just to make shit work right now. Purple conversation, star conversation equals. No. Let me just do this. This is gonna be what the cleanup was anyway. These are not the way we typically do stuff, but okay, whatever. Model equals G list model conversation manager. Conversation equals G list model. Get item model purple Pidgin display window add window comma conversation G clear object conversation. Couple drive-bys. Where else were we using this? That it completed for me. Weird. Oh, I think I know where. That's fine. Alright, so now when we run, we should magically. Hey! And this is without channel join hack or channel hack loaded. Now, oh, right. No, this is okay. This is okay. Right. Did we rejoin? Did we actually rejoin? Yes. Awesome. So, the whole reason why this is so early in the initialization process is the protocols will think that it is the same way. So like if they need to redo anything at startup and everything, when they connect, the conversation's already there and they'll automatically join and do all the work for us, right? All we had to do was put it back into the memory model and everything just works, right? So like if we go over to testing here, bink, we'll see I'm the only user, although my status is offline. That's another problem, but that's fine. Right, so Pidgin 2 joins, and voila, everything's up and running like it's supposed to. We still have to load the tags, but yep. This is why I was optimistic that we'd get this done for Experimental 3. I just ran out of time. Like, it's not super hard by any means. It just, yep, ran out of time. All right, so. Ugh. Yeah, we're going to do this as a separate pull request. That hopefully we can get. Well, I'll hold the patch here for now. Yeah, that's fine. Issue branch. Yeah, I'm going to have to move stuff around. Let's do this. Issue shelf. Yeah, that'll be easier. Yeah, shelf. Although I suppose I could do Seagull on top of it. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I'll reorder stuff later if I need to. Okay, yep. So I'm going to create a new branch from here, and then we'll rebase the Seagull load on top of here. Branch, Pidgin, display, load, existing. Update Pidgin.display window to load existing conversations. We haven't had a need until now to make sure that existing conversations get added to the display window. This will complicate things a bit when we start allowing multiple windows, but is an easy fix for now. Right, so cool. This doesn't actually depend on anything. The other one depends on this, but yeah, or the load depends on this. So we're going to restructure that or rebase this on top of that because this depends on both. So yeah, all right, 4050. Testing done. Is my in process load review request for loading conversations from the database from /r/4038 4048 and verified that they were added properly. I have to double check that number real quick. I think it's right, but yep, 4048. Okay. This doesn't actually, like I said, this doesn't depend on anything. It's a quick, easy fix. It's good to go. Okay. Publish. I love when the oh crap bugs are real easy to fix. That's always nice. All right. Excuse me. Oh, the query tags is going to get annoying, but it's not super difficult either. It's just annoying. Oh, we have to do all the other properties too. What am I thinking? But we should see that this works now. I mean, we saw it work there, but you know, with a restructured way. Okay, the bug's fixed. We got this here. Cool. Yep. So the other fun thing that we can do here is we should be able to join. Right, we're going to join the Twitch channel. We're not really, right? But we're in here. Cool, right? We quit. Boom. We load again. Oh, why didn't you save? Make me a liar. I must have exited too fast or something. Oh. Nope, this is dumb. None of the properties changed. Yeah. We've had no reason to save this yet. Yep, okay. We just didn't test this part. It sucks, but what are you going to do, right? When we're adding conversations, we're not saving them, which is what we should be doing. Oh, okay, so you saw the ID and name stuff change. That's okay. That's a little funky, but that's all right. But now if so again, if we check the database, right, things won't load right now. That's okay. That's intentional. Join channel. Shard of Grim. Apparently that didn't save yet. But now it's saved, right? Oh, I put the underscore in. Right? So everything's there. Yep. How's it going, SWK? Welcome, welcome. How are you? Alright. So that needs to fix that part. Let's see the database. Be great if I could see around the cat. You guys can't even see the cat. My coding assistant, who works just as good as AI, he just gets in the way all the time. Makes me debug stuff that I can't see. Hi. Okay, where are we? God damn it, I got a typo. 40, 48. This is a problem with big things like this. Like, if you try to implement the entire thing at once, it becomes impossible to redo. However, it's also impossible to get right without testing everything. So, you get lots of updates as you're going through and doing each individual part. But this is why it's like, all right, just start with properties and tags. Because by the time we get to the rest, it's gonna suck. All right. So I need to up Pidgin display, load existing. Rebase minus D, Seagull, conf manager, keep branches, Ninja. And then where was my typo? So 40, 49 is, oh, that one, okay. Yeah, so as I was going through doing the build agents, I started adding the stuff, adding PyYAML to everything so we can do the flat pack check thing. And then I'm like, wait, this is dumb. Like, this checks against the sub-projects that were part of the build, which aren't going to match necessarily on anything that's not Linux. So fix that, and yeah. All right, so we got add. Oh, yep. I was like, that's right. And then, oh, no, it's not, totally unnecessary. Display window.c init. And yeah, I put Slater's bed back up here, and he's been chilling up here sometimes. It was Biggie's bed. Dude. I would like to see my screen. You know, I spent all day yesterday on the couch, and you barely came near me. And now today, you're just like, I need all the attention. You're at your desk. I'm going to get all of your attention. All right, 4050. Show changes. Address issue. Save. No email. Publish. Fixed. CDP. Pidgin clean. HE up default. CD build. HE minus U. RMT lamb SR 4050. Ninja Turtles. Doobie-doop-doop-doop-doop-doo. SP issue push. Goes completed. Cool. That bug is fixed. Actually, I guess it's not really a bug. It was just not implemented, right? Now we get to rebase all the things. Pidgin display, load existing minus S default. HG up, Seagull conf manager. Rebase minus D default, keep branches. Right, so we're almost there. Oh, sweet. They figured out the rest of it. Yay, thank you, Mercurial. Alright, HG up, Seagull load. Slater. Can't do that on Twitch. Well, can't stop you. That was weird, but okay. But yep, so there we go. Now that's in here, but now, well, what the fuck? Are we infinitely looped? We don't seem to be responding. Oh, now we are. Weird. Shit. Oh, right now we don't support deleting conversations. We didn't do that part at all. That's fine. So that's still here. That's okay. We'll do that as a follow-up. When a conversation gets removed from the conversation manager, we need to delete it from the database. We're not doing that yet. It's going to add a lot of, not a lot, but it's going to add more bullshit and whatever. So we're just not dealing with it right now. But so now if we go back in here and we join the actual proper channel, which is that, and we hit join, we come here, cool. That's fine. It's happy. Boom. Now when we close and we reopen, we should have both of them because we don't actually delete it from the thing. Cool. But now when we join a channel, it automatically gets added, automatically comes back online. Although, okay, it's just taking, I don't know what that delay is exactly at startup. We're going to have to figure that out because it looks new. But oh no. Okay, I know what it is, but oof, that's annoying. That is a bummer. All right, that is a problem. It's not necessarily our fault per se. The IRC protocol plugin needs to be updated to handle this better. So what's happening is it is doing a blocking loop going through all the conversations it got back, and then it is joining them while blocking. And that's what the delay is because everything's blocked. So we need to fire those joins off at asynchronous, which is fine. That should be the way we do it, but it's just not the way it's being done right now. And that will fix that problem. Yay. What a pain in the ass, right? All right, so we just got tags left here, and then we are restoring conversations properly. Yay! And like I said, removes we'll get to soon. Just we're trying to do this in manageable pieces, right? But yeah, this is very cool that this is working out as well as I hoped. So, like, you know, we put a ton of time into this stuff to try to get it right. Not necessarily the first time, but to make things easier. So it's really nice to see it when they actually start coming together and working, right? When all the fruits of the labor start coming together and everything is happy. Like that alone, that little bit right there, pain in the ass to make it happen. We still don't have links working right. Or Links work now. We turned the links back on, but the formatting's messed up because of a bug in something we're doing. We have to find. But yeah, like little things like that. We're like, oh, you can just toggle formatting on and off, and it'll restore stuff properly. Sweet. It doesn't restore it properly, but it will restore it. It doesn't turn it off properly once it's back on. Yeah. And Slater is claiming my arm again. Yeah, hurry up, get your stuff done. So, we load the tags, and then this pull request is done. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Oh, YouTube is spinning. Are you done yet, man? Come on. Yeah, we're actually starting to look like a client again, huh? And I know it's silly too, but like this whole thing of being able to actually like having the client remember your conversations is just something so simple, but yet so many clients don't do it, which is funny. But like I get it, but I also like, what the hell? And maybe we had an option in here that says don't remember conversations at some point, right? But we'll see what happens when we get there. All right. Oh. So we need query tags, which is just going, tags is just a string, right? Oh, nope. Oh, right. It's the global ID. It's conversation ID and account ID, and they're together. Although I thought I had these separated somehow, but okay. I thought I had a separator in them. So then the channel, right? Or, dot load line. Limit 1. Right? Oh, no, that's... Oh, right, the account ID is a SHA. That's right. So account ID, conversation ID, and then the tag itself. Okay, yep. So let's load some tags. Select tag from conversation tags where count ID equals count ID and conversation ID equals conversation ID. Yep. Not much to it. All right. Oh, we have to load the rest of the properties too. I forgot about. Hold on. Let's do that. Because that is relatively straightforward. Where the shit are we? Okay. No, query the... No, set the rest of the properties. So... We should just be able to do it this way. Purple... No. Seagull, statement, column, object, manager, query, properties. Prefix was conf underscore. Do I have the property order right? I don't know. Wrong one. Column, objects. It's prefix, object, then error. Okay, yep. Conversation manager. Not conversation manager. Conversation. If error is not equal to null, G warning, failed to read object properties. Um, does the online thing work for us? I don't know that it does. That's what statement wrong. This will actually bring us not online. This will work. Oh. Okay, so we didn't come online. Good, good, good. Right, so everything's offline. That's what we wanted, right? So the thing that should be interesting is, yeah. So without this code that we just added, right? So should have done it this way to show it better, but right. So just pretend we did implement that here, right? When we start up, the pigeon room doesn't have a topic, right? We know the pigeon room has a topic, but we didn't bind it, or we didn't grab its result and put it in, or restore it back into the object, right? That's what this code does. There's some other properties in there too that we're just not displaying or showing in any decent way right now. So now, before we add it to everything, we are getting that. Oh shit. So I saved it with it not being there, right? But okay, so we don't have a way to like go up back online is the problem. So let's do this. Do this. This shit. Okay, good. That brought us back online. So now you say we have the topic here because it's serialized, right? So now it got serialized. So now when we're not online, right? Status window's blank, conversations offline. Pidgin window still has its topic. That is one of the big reasons this entire thing exists. And the member list is empty. Our names are all there. That's something to deal with later. Although our account should have ended up in there, but okay. That might be another bug, but something to figure out later. But yeah, so yes, we're making progress. So, oh, all right. Where are we? Oh, we're not a good time for ads. All right. I gotta go run and take care of something real quick, so this is gonna be a little bit longer than normal break, but I gotta get water and stuff, so I will be right back in a few minutes. All right, sorry about that. How's it going, Sugar Free Streaming? Welcome, welcome. How are you? Okay, so right now the crappy way to get rid of a conversation is going to be delete from conversations where conversation ID equals Ruby Grim conversation tags. Okay, and now when we run again, yeah, sweet, finally. So the funny part is, I wrote the conversation channel join hack thing, or the channel join hack plugin back in May of last year, I think, or was it June? I don't remember. Because the idea was I needed some way to easily rejoin my channels because we were waiting to get this feature written and done. And we knew I wasn't going to have it done in time for, so like June, yeah, I think it was June 1st, I was supposed to start using Pidgin 3 full time for IRC. And I knew if I had to manually rejoin channels all the time, it was going to drive me nuts. So I wrote the plugin to do it with the intent of always getting to this feature. So having this feature almost done, well, not done, but to working is, you know, good dopamine hit. Seeing something come together after a year. But yeah, this is going to be a problem. I gotta figure out where that's coming from exactly. But where are we right now? Okay. Let's finish this up and then we'll come back to that. We'll see where it is. So, okay. So let's query some tags. I'll run through the tags. Oh, right. So we need query tags. Seagull statement star query tags. And then in it as well. That's class in it. Oh, database in it. Yeah, I'm not super stoked on this code, but it's okay. This should be relatively straightforward to get to. All right, now run through the tags. We need the tags instance. So you can't set a tags instance directly. You can create one, but like you can't reassign a tags in an object because that's just weird. So we're gonna say tags equals purple conversation get tags conversation, right? So this is still before we've added the conversation to the manager. Do we have clear all or something? I think. Oh, did we really not put this in here? Remove all. Okay, good. I was like, pretty sure we did this. It should be empty because it's newly created. Yeah. No. Yeah. Conversations have some default tags when created, but we're replacing. We need to replace everything, and so we clear those. Sure. All right. So now, let's make this a separate function. The conversation manager, the purple conversation. Yeah. I'm debating on these ones because technically we can look them up, but it's easier to just pass them in because we already have them. If not, purple something load. We didn't create like a success variable, did we? No. If any of these fail, we just abort the conversation. It's just, yep. Manager, conversation, account ID, conversation ID, error. Not success. Let's use error. We don't really need success here. If error is not equal to null, G warning, failed to load tags for conversation, sent us, conversation ID, error message, G clear error, error, G clear object, conversation. The reason we just abort on this is because we have no idea what the state of the conversation is, so it could be really bad, right? And we're gonna have to do other stuff in there, like load the member list and all that crap too. So that's why this is okay this way. All right. Set the no, we should do it this way. Set the statement. Query tags. Local error is not equal to null. G propagate. Error. Local error. Return. Okay. Bind the account ID. Account ID, comma, account ID. -1, no. Local error. Local error is not equal to null. G propagate error. Local error. Return. Find the conversation ID. Shit. The problem is we don't have a good way to show tags right now. Oh, that is a bummer. I guess we can show it before as we leave. That's fine. All right. Well, Siegel statement. Step. Manager, query tags. Local error is not equal to null. G propagate error. Local error. Okay. Column text. This should just be tag. G warning found tag percent %s. Purple tags set. Shit. Why don't I never remember this? It's set or add. Add. Oh, we can just do this. Well, we'll leave the remove, but we'll just do add. Set. What is set then? Okay, we don't have set. Okay, and then at the end, we're just gonna spit out purple tags to string. We're gonna leak that just for debug to test. Purple tags, add tags, tag. G warning. Loaded tags for %s. %s. Conversation ID, comma, purple tags to string. Let's do a little bit cleaner, or a little bit more, not cleaner. Cleaner's not his word. Conversation get tags, right? Let's not use the object we're dealing with here. Let's grab the thing from the conversation and go from there. What do we fuck up here? Too few arguments, function, SQL statement, column text. What's the extra value there? Oh, the error. Near. So at this point, oh, the conversation's going away. I'm like, do we have to clear this or not? But the conversation's going away, so we don't care. Verbal conversation get tag. Oh, yeah, that would be a problem. I have to give it the conversation. Too few arguments, purple tags to string. That takes an argument? Oh, separator. Unused success. Was that here or down there? I think it's down there. Load conversation. Pass army 4, purple conversation manager, load tags. Pass the conversation. How's that argument 4? Oh. Because I didn't type the ID part there. So, found tag type, type channel, loaded tags, Pidgin for Pidgin, count ID, blah, protocol ID, blah, type channel. Or I still need to figure out where that tag's coming from. I think I know what it is, and we just have to deal with it. But it's weird that it shows up, but that's okay. But yeah, all right, cool. Tags are loaded. Sweet. Oh. What the hell was all that nonsense? Oh, I didn't delete the phone tag part. Yep. Cool. I am super stoked for this. So this should match the basics, right? Everything else is just extra, you know, niceness on top. $253 lines change, not bad. Load conversations back in from the database. It's just handles the conversations, their properties, most of their property, most of their properties, including their tags. 40, 48. Yep. Sweet. I hope that works. I realized I had a tab in there. We'll see what happens. This should be a big boon for anyone that's actually running Pidgin 3. Make things so much easier. Testing done. Verified that conversations were created by starting Pidgin 3 with -n, and that their properties were correct. Then started Pidgin 3 normally and verified that all the conversations were brought back online and worked properly. Oh, we should probably call them turtles. Not that there's any documentation or anything to mess up here, because this is all internal. But yeah, that's an interesting idea too. So, what we could do to modularize this and change the way it works or whatever. Oh shit. Oh no, we might have to do that right now. Oh no, 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 no. Huh. This might have been broken since this. I don't know that I ran turtles here. Do, 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 do. Why is flat pack dependencies failing? This should be fine. Oh. What? Huh? Did I really forget that here? I might have. Yeah, okay, I guess I did. Whoops. This is why that test is there, man, right? I keep forgetting to do this shit. I guess we might as well build a flatback right away, too, while we're at it. Well, it's not the right clipboard somehow. Yeah, that's why we wrote the test. Because I keep forgetting to do this shit. And like, I've got it drilled in my head to run Ninja Turtles, but trying to run every single other command and stuff we have to is a pain in the ass. So as long as I keep running the unit test, we'll be fine. But yeah, so we wrote this weekend. I don't remember what day. But yep, so Seagull.wrapped got updated in this, and I missed the flatback, right? It's entirely why we wrote this damn thing. And so the test is a little weird and it's a little funky, but this is precisely why it's here and why it exists. Updating runtime. Okay, come on. This disk is so slow too. We're just gonna skip. We're gonna assume it's fine. All right, so something I did here broke all the tests too, which is fun. So we have to figure that out. I don't remember which ones failed, so we're just gonna run turtles, see which one fails, and then run under GDB to see where we're getting that error. Because that statement shouldn't ever be null. Like purple path. How is this even a thing? Oh. I thought we worked around this, but okay, hold on. So we're in startup at 99. $9.99. Okay, and then we're failing to reset on query properties. 583. So query properties shouldn't be null. Oh! I know the problem already. So we have some private API. No. What the fuck? So the database didn't get initialized somehow? Oh, I know the problem. I know the problem. So, no, this is... Fuck. We should have a line in here that says failed to create database. Or not. How do we get through here without... How do we not get to there? Oh, set file name initializes the database. Oh. This is never getting called. Or, this is not getting called. So this isn't happening. Where is this being called? Okay. So the test UI isn't calling any of this because it doesn't need it generally. But this gets pulled in because of something else. Why does this get pulled in for test purple path? Because of these? It's gotta be. Yeah. Alright, so the test UI, we need to implement, see, like, we have the, oh, hey, does this get called? Okay, so this definitely got called. Which should have gotten called from here. Oh, fuck. We need to look at dev help for this. Oh, this should have gotten called, I would have thought. Oh. That's the problem. This is really dumb, but the problem is these are both null. So, right, so this never happens, so this never gets called. If not, manager, database, initialized, database, manager. File name property is construct only and nullable. So if it is set as null, the above check, or the above, or gset stir above won't make a change and thus won't initialize the database. So if we've made it here and the database has not yet been initialized, we need to initialize it. Oh, fuck. We can't depend on that variable. Because if the database failed to initialize, it doesn't get initialized here. Um, Contract only and nullable. So if it is set as null, the gsets are above won't make a change, and thus won't initialize the database. So we made it here. Well, however, if initialization fails for whatever reason, initialize database. So we attempt to initialize database here. We can't use the database init initialized property of the manager because it could have been attempted above and failed. Sure. Alright, so this should fix all these unit tests. Yep. Way more comments than everything else to explain what the fuck is going on. It's almost like programming's hard. Fuck. Alright, why did conversation... Oh, okay. Why did the conversation manager fail? Not null constraint failed. Conversations... Nope, that's not what I wanted. I got lazy with stuff. Test case run, add remove. Okay, add remove, we just have to add IDs. Wait, how do... Oh, we must remove it by the instance, I guess? Okay, fine. How are we back to this? Oh, because we do a double add. Or not. Wait, what the fuck? Are we in a different test case now? Yeah, conversation changed. Okay. What line? 179. It's almost like them IDs are important. Present conversation 231. Jesus. There's gotta be a lot of these. 291. Okay, I think that's all of them. Yay! Sweet. $40.51, right? Do. Sweet. Yeah. I'm really enjoying these as resources too. Because like, boom, there's just a comment in the middle of it, right? Like these are construct only properties. You have to handle them separately. Yep. Okay. Cool. Um, but so now that we have this stuff, we can start looking at marking conversations as favorites, and all the other crap too, right? And that's awesome. Now we still have to do members and all that bullshit, but what we're gonna do in the meantime, we're gonna move over to Seagull for a second so we can finish up the rest of this. And we're gonna do this. To get weird, so we have to have a prefix as well. The other option would be try and encode as a string. We can take a name parameter for each field as well. Yeah, I don't know why. You know, should just use a prefix like the object functions methods. So it would require, well, right, okay, hold on. Yeah. Well, see, you want to bind the whole error. This is the problem. So the errors are important because like they can keep your kick messages, right? So if you got like kicked from an IRC channel, it'll show it to you when you come back. Although IRC's can try to rejoin it when it comes back, but if you're not online, it'll show you, right? What else do we have here? Bytes are kind of important. Oh, I just wanted Seagull. Ooh, everybody's so quiet. Nobody's talking tonight. What's going on? Just basking in my greatness. I'm kidding, of course. Anybody who knows me knows that's full of shit. Oh, where is that? Sorry, I'm looking at some tabs I've opened over here. Bytes should actually be pretty easy to knock out. We don't need it immediately. Pragmas would be nice. Um, we'll see. Pragmas, I think pragmas have to be done at each connection. The SQL extension is specific to SQLite and used to modify the operator SQLite library or to query the SQLite library for internal non-table data. Pragma statement is issued using the same interface as other SQLite commands, select and insert, but is different in the following important respects. Pragma command is specific to SQLite, not compatible with any other SQL database engine. Specific Pragma statements may be removed and added in the future release of SQLite. There's no guarantee of backwards compatibility. No error messages are generated if an unknown pragma is issued. Unknown pragmas are simply ignored. This means if there's a typo in a pragma statement, the library does not inform the user of the fact. Lovely. Some pragmas take effect during the SQL compilation stage, not the execution stage. Just means if using the C language, SQLite 3 prepare step finalize API. Wait, what the fuck is finalize? Or similar in a wrapper interface. The pragma may run during SQLite 3 prepare call, not during the step call as normal, or the pragma might run during SQLite 3 step just like normal SQL statements. Whether or not the pragma runs during SQLite return step depends on the pragma. Okay, yep. Explain, whatever. The C. Alright, so these can just be ran whenever. There's certain ones that can only be run at certain times, like you can turn on a write ahead log and stuff like that. Oh, it's to delete a prepared statement. Okay, yep. That should all be handling under the hood with SQL. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of these. You'll see there's a bunch of them that are turned off too. Journal mode. So the idea is, especially for us, we want to turn on the journal mode with the write ahead log. So it's a journal mode for the database associated with the current database connection. The first form of this pragma queries the current journaling mode for database. When database is omitted, the main database is queried. Yeah. The second form changes the journaling mode for database or for all attached databases if database is omitted. The new journal mode is returned. This, yeah, okay. This is that's worded weird. But yeah. Commits instructions by truncating the rollback journal zero length instead of deleting it. Many systems truncating files much faster than deleting files since the containing directory does not need to be changed. And wall journaling mode uses write ahead log instead of rollback journal to implement transactions. The wall journaling mode is persistent. After being set, it stays in effect across multiple database connections and after closing and reopening the database. A database in a wall journaling mode can only be accessed by SQLite greater than 370. I think, I don't remember which one we're requiring. .27. So plenty good. But yeah, we do want to put a simple method in for calling pragmas. Although I don't know how you get the they had examples with the functions. It's way up here. All right, but for my intents and purposes, we have to create a statement and run with it, which is fine. do we want to put the right? Table data functions exist. So the question here is, well, I guess we can start with the simple one and then ignore it, right? So, like, we have this transaction stuff. Wait, what? Did we not land this? Oh, okay. I guess I didn't even pull request this. Nope. Okay, cool. Well, that's an easy pull request to put in right now. Oh. The view board had some issues, apparently. That's why it was taking a minute. I wonder if we're getting bombarded by bots again. I might need to update Anubis. Prepare for the next API version. Oh, I didn't run turtles, or I didn't run Mason Dist. Fix that in a second here. Okay. So in the transaction stuff, I wanted the C file. So begin transaction, we just run the SQLite queries directly, and then we give you a pass fail or an error. We're gonna do the same thing with pragmas. If you want to do a more complicated pragma, you should be able to just drop it into a seagull statement and go from there. But this will just give you a way to run a pragma, since, you know, if there's no error or anything, if it doesn't exist and stuff, it doesn't have any results, then we don't really care, right? So I don't know what pragmas we're going to use to test this, but that's okay. I don't know why I keep putting a T in there, but okay. Oh, we should deal with that problem. Do we not build Seagull on Win? I don't know. This needs to have a Seagull available in 06 in it. No, not there. Oh, okay. So we're just missing that in Hassle. Okay. Hassle is failing on Windows because these aren't marked with an API version. We don't know that we need these yet. Actually, yeah. Let's get rid of this because we don't know that we need this yet. We do need Seagull types. Yeah. I don't know that we have errors yet. Oh, pragmas have, yeah. What do they call it? I've been trying to, Discourse, I don't know what happened, but like, I can't seem to update from the web UI anymore, which is really annoying. Like, it's not so much annoying, like, I have to do more work, it's that the service is down longer, so it does the update when you do it from the CLI. It's just like, oh, okay. Um, I guess we'll just call it statement. The statement. Pragma statement. Executes the pragma. Yeah. You should not specify the literal pragma command, as this will be added automatically. Oh man. For example, not Seagull param PB. What's like an innocuous pragma? Hold on. Journal mode for an in-memory database is either memory or off and cannot be changed to a different value. Any attempt to change the journal mode of an in-memory database to any setting other than memory or off is ignored. Note also that the journal mode cannot be changed while a transaction is active. Doesn't tell me, like, does it return anything? Right, because there's pragmas that return values. Keyword arguments can optionally appear in quotes. Some pragmas take no string literals of their arguments. When a pragma takes a keyword argument, usually takes a numeric equivalent as well. For example, 0 and no mean the same thing as this one, yes, one. According to the value of the settings, many pragmas return the number rather than the keyword. I think we do. Okay. Pragma may have an optional schema name before the pragma name. The schema name is the name of the attached database or main or temp for the main and temp databases. If the optional schema name is omitted, main is assumed. In some programs, the schema name is meaningless and simply ignored. So, how do we test? We exec that. Oh, this runs. Okay. This is running a single migration. Get schema version. That's what I'm looking for. So we prepare a statement, pragma user version. Okay, and then we treat. Okay, so we just treat it like a normal thing. Okay, so. So this API gets a little bit more in depth, but it's okay. Not a big deal. What we want to do is, why are you showing this right now, Twitch? Set up a schedule. Done. Yeah. Twitch is like, we're giving you new ways to set up ads. Thanks, as I'm in the middle of a stream. That's so helpful, Twitch. I already have everything scheduled. I don't, yeah. But anyway, so the thought here is, we could have a pragma simple that doesn't return a value to you, it just returns true or false. Well, no, that doesn't do you any good though. What the fuck? Yeah, we're gonna punt on this whole thing right now. It doesn't necessarily make sense to create a pragma thing for this because all it's good. I was thinking it was just, you know, it could run the command for you and then give you a true or false. Did it pass or not, right? But once you have to get a value of it, it's just a normal statement, and you just need to create that in the same way. So this is just kind of silly. Yeah. A second. So pragmas, normal statements. So this really wouldn't gain us much, except being able to avoid typing pragma, which is dumb. Should just use SQL.statement or SQLite statement directly. Right, like the only thing that would be helpful here is if it was something where it's just fired off and forget about it. But yeah. Oh, I was gonna do DB Pragma anyways. Okay, well, whatever, that's fine. Cool. Yay, just close the ticket. I still kind of like this idea of step full, but I'm still not sure which way we're gonna go with it. I guess we'll knock this one out quick. Yeah. How's it going, Robotic Head? Welcome, welcome. Those of you that don't know, Robotic Head is another streamer here on Twitch. He works on a project management tool called Near Beach. And it's written in Python with Vue.js and Tailwind and some other stuff I don't remember. But if that sounds interesting, you should go give him a follow and a watch. Yeah, all right, let's do this. Seagull clean. $40.52. That would be important. All right. Let's knock out the bind bytes. So bind bytes is what we're gonna use for avatars. We obviously don't have avatars yet. That's why it was like, yeah. We could do bind bool as well. Sure. Let's just do that real quick. That should be straightforward and right to the point. Just that was one of those things I didn't think of, right? Yeah. So the bind bool will just do the same thing that like bind enum and stuff does. It casts it to the right type. Do you want to do bool or boolean? Let's do boolean. Well, we have int, not integer, but it is g boolean, so I guess we'll go with boolean. The value. Oh, we gotta fix that hassle stuff too. Binds a boolean named parameter. Returns Seagull available in 06 G boolean. Seagull statement bind boolean. Seagull statement. Counts car star name. Oh, this the. It's like we have to have that line in there. Yep. This is just mostly for completeness sake. packing these apparently. Yeah. That's all it is. Right. It's a completeness thing in case we want to do additional checking or anything later. Right. Boolean / column. For completeness, we should add Siegel.statement.bind boolean and Siegel.statement.column boolean. Technically, it's crazy patch writer level, but I'm doing it already, so it doesn't matter. Alright. So that compiled. Sweet. We're going to do the column one right away, too, just so we have it all done, and then I can build a unit test all at once, and then we'll be done. Where's column daytime? Did we not do that yet? Oh shit, we're missing that too. Alright. Well, I don't know how the hell we missed that. Huh. Did we miss a whole ass ton of column? Oh, no, okay. That's all there. But yeah, okay, we don't have a column daytime. What the fuck? That would be nice to have. Siegel dot statement dot column date time. I'm not sure how we missed this previously, but it should work as the opposite to Siegel.statement.bind date time and turn in ISO 86 one formatted string into a G date time. I could have sworn we did this. But like it's not there, so oh, you know what? We did this in object, but we didn't do it in anything else. That's got to be it, right? Yeah. So like we do like column string or something. I'm in test statement. I just want yeah, right. All of this should be called in a helper method. Whoops. Like we made it work for what we needed it to, but we didn't add the generic one for everybody else to use. Damn. All right, let's get column pooling in. All right. It seemed because we're calling SQLite column in directly. Okay, that's fine. Find the column by the name. Make sure that the type is SQLite integer, and then return Boolean. Yep. Column Boolean. It's value column for the current result of the statement. Name must be the exact name or alias for the column as specified in the query. Returns value on test or how the fuck did I word this? The value on success. Or error will be set on failure. Sure. Oh, we have to go back and look at that stupid stack thing. Okay. We'll finish this. Go look at the stack thing. Although we might fix hassle first real quick. But we have to write tests for this. Flying double. There's the bind to int. Not worried about int not found or bool not found because it's just calling int. Damn it. I'm gonna fuck this up so many times. Um, Alright, I don't have the thing. Single statement. Column. Boolean statement. The error. Assert, no error. Error. Gassert compare or gassert true. Not gonna worry about getting too crazy. Oh, what the hell? 4 values for 3 count. Oh, yep. Okay. That should be more than enough for testing. We don't have to go through all the different column names and everything. That's already covered by int. So, boolean. Add helpers for handling booleans. $40.53. Okay. Let's fix that hassle thing real quick. Which I'm still confused how that didn't fail anywhere else. But I guess nobody called it, nobody used it. So the problem so if we go to the CI, we can see it. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but it's here. But like, I don't understand why this wasn't an issue for everybody else, but you know. Hassle mechanism anonymous, get error type, right? So if you look at mechanism error or anonymous, oh, we need .h actually. So that's fine. That's not a big deal. With the problem, no, this is what the fuck. Yeah, so what's the problem here? Oh, it's the get type function. Okay. So yeah. So there's a our G declare. Oh no. What the fuck is it then? How the shit does glib do this? Or GTK do this? Actually, GI was probably easier. Right, so those go in the C files. JResolver.c. JResolver air quark. I'm in the wrong file. This is weird. RG minus I G resolver. Wait. Oh. Yeah, see, there's... What the fuck? There's no get type here. Does this just not work then on Windows? That seems weird. Or maybe they're special cased and that's the problem. That could be. Alright, either way, that's something that's going to take us a while to figure out. So we're going to go back here. We're going to see if that stack thing happens here directly. Or if it's in the SQLite stuff. Huh. Okay, it's not in the SQLite stuff. Oh, I didn't do debug fatal warnings. Yeah. Oh, Pidgin. Shit. I was like, this isn't right. You say the core got dumped. I have no core. Oh, lovely. How do I load this thing again? Core dump control. Debug. Excuse me? That's got to be K-Wallet, right? That's the only way. Uh, K-Wallet related. Interesting. Thermal issues? Lovely. Thermal issues with what? Yeah, it's K-Wallet. New transaction log. Oh, lovely. Did a full production test with it today. And you caused thermal issues with it? That's interesting. I turned on something in prod today and had to immediately turn it off. Whoops. Was taking less. Oh, geez. New issue. K-Wallet plugin is not shutting down properly. I noticed when closing Pidgin 3, or I noticed the following message when closing Pidgin 3. looking at the core dump, it seems to be related to Qt, which all we have there is the K wallet plugin. I'm going to assign this to Ivanhoe because he has a much better understanding of Qt than I do. If you can look at it and figure it out, cool. If not, I don't know what. Remove the K wallet, or renamed. Started digging the processor for that zone, running 5 to 10C higher than the other two. Jeez. Than them at idle? Holy shit. Plug in and again, and issue was gone. I'm not really well versed in Qt at all, so I'm assigning this to at Ivanhoe to take an initial look. Okay, this is the bug. State submitted. Assignee. Subsystem. K wallet. We don't have a. Okay, we don't have a K wallet thing. That's okay. Affected versions. Release experimental 3. Oh. What are the K wallet things we need here? Well, that could be a problem. Not sure what other Qt steps to include, but here are the K wallet ones. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. If Ivanhoe gets nothing, he gets nothing. Right? If he has something, he gets something. Cool. Right. Whatever, it's not the end of the world. This is just, nope, there's the bug. It is documented. We are aware of it. Okay. Oh, we gotta do the date time thing. And yep. 11:30. Getting hungry too. Oh, these are gonna conflict. Fucking lovely. In the column, return edge. Gets a value of the column. Result. Turns the value on success or null. .6. Yeah, we want column text, and then we're going to grab that value. And monkey with it. I don't think I did that on the other one, but alright. Find column type equals that. If it's not column text, then do an error. Oh, this is return null. Well, fuck, that's a problem. Okay, we'll fix that in a minute. I thought I felt my phone vibrate if it was on my keyboard tray, but it was not on my keyboard tray, so I don't know what the hell I was feeling. Alright, so we are going to have const car star ISO 8601 equals null. So ISO 8601 equals that. If ISO 8601 equals null, return null. DT equals G date time new from ISO 8601. Yeah, we need this nonsense too. I'm inclined to not write new unit tests for this because I'm just going to update the object one to call this. Oh, yeah, we can't do it this way. Fuck. Stupid. Yeah, the problem is this has to call a SQLite 3-column text directly, and the other one does not. I could put a helper function in here, but that's just shitty. So we do have to do separate tests for these, which is dumb, but is what it is. All right, do we compile? What the fuck is that unsigned? And why is everything else okay with that? That's weird. Oh, you know what? I think I'm casting everything else is the problem. I'm not remember. Right. All right. Test statement object. Oh, not statement object. I mean, statement object is fine. I don't remember what the dates are. One of them was the first commit of Seagull, and the other one was... I don't remember what. The fix for thermal throttling when it's a problem with cooling at the DC? Yeah. Throw more machines at it. More cold rows. Go, go, go. And make more heat? Yeah, of course. What else do you do? I mean, you're using Intel, right? They alone are responsible for global warming. Just x86 in general. Global warming. There you go. Confirmed. I'm sure somebody can put that together, or make that correlation that as the use of computers has increased and Intel has taken dominance, we can see a direct correlation to the warming of the Earth. Oh, I didn't say LLMs. I just meant x86 in general because they suck at fucking thermals. Always have, right? That's all I'm saying. We need test statement, not statement object. Oh, we should have daytime normal and null. So many tests. So many tests. Sure, whatever. Yeah, give me the whole thing. Fuck it. The tests are going to be same. The difference is just going to be the data that's in it. Migrations, create table, foo. I couldn't decide which way to go. Select star from foo. Step the statement. DT Siegel statement column. Date time. Statement comma. Bar. Error. G assert null DT. Hmm? Well, that's a problem. Huh. How have we not hit this before? Because we put we put columns and everything. All right. Well, this is a bug. You have to be able to allow nulls. I mean, this is equal. I mean, it's not that it has a not null constraint. Um, this is so one of the things I learned recently with SQLite is if you give it a column that doesn't exist, it'll happily just give you the 0 value for whatever type you requested. No warnings, no errors, just boom, here you go. Right. So if you have a statement that has 3 columns that got returned and you ask for column 12, it'll give, and you ask for an int out of column 12, it'll just give you a 0. Okay. So I put this extra error checking in, which SQLite itself doesn't do. And as you can see, it is problematic. However, my SQL isn't much better. I haven't used the direct bindings to it, so I'll take your word for it. But MySQL has a lot of other issues, so yeah. Should we just allow null for everything? I think the answer is yes. If actual is not expected, or actual is not equal to null. I think it's just SQLite null. Right. So if the SQLite is if the SQLite type is null, yeah, okay. For MySQL thing is there's a get column with and get column data with call in the MySQL client library. Oh boy. I mean, like it took them, like they used 3-byte Unicode, didn't they? And then they had to move to 4-byte, even though that never made sense because there was 6-byte Unicode or UTF-8. Sorry, UTF-8, not Unicode. Expect type double, column is type double. What? Oh, this should be an and. There we go. Under most conditionals, get column width returns the size of the data unless it's a blob or type or something like that. Then you must use the data size version to read past the end of the buffer. Huh. Are you going to play on my phone? Hmm? Is that why you're trying to wake it up? You don't know the pin code, though. Yeah. It's midnight. You're a little early. I suppose I can give you what I have. You're not going to be happy. There's nothing here. You guys can't see him at all, can you? Found out by storing voicemail audio in a database. Oh, yikes. That's all we got. That's it. Empty. Nothing in there. Yep, there's some crumbs. Have at them. I got more treats. I'm just not getting them for them. Tobing is enough to unlock the phone with a fingerprint sensor? Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. They're trying to order more catnip. He doesn't actually do much with catnip. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's all I got. I got to get up. I did run to Petco and I got more greenies on the way home. But I obviously did not get them yet. Or didn't bring them in here. All right, so now we want to do a normal date time. Yeah, there you go. You got them all. That's it. That's all we got for now. I'm sorry. We're all out. We're all out. I don't know why I put it here. Sniff at the bag all you want. It's empty. Nothing in there, Seymour. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to be Seymour here. Suddenly Seymour. I don't remember any of the words besides that. I haven't watched that in forever. That used to be one of my favorite movies, because I guess I didn't realize that it was like, you know, a musical done on stage as a kid. I don't know why, but yep, it sure was. I remember as a giant plant. Feed me, Seymour. Okay, the start of that impersonation was okay, but the end was not. I wonder who actually voiced Audrey 2. Because yes, I know the character names. And also, this being one of my favorite movies as a kid, says a lot, doesn't it? A man-eating plant that somebody is hacking up people and feeding them to. Yeah. Levi Stubbs. Who the hell is Levi Stubbs? Oh, he did a Nintendo thing too. Yeah, I don't know this guy at all. Well, he did Mother Brain. Interesting. Just, okay. Oh shit, he didn't actually do a lot. Okay. That's why I have no idea who the fuck he is. Oh. I was like, I'm not seeing it because it's in the bottom right. 96.2? That's the highest? Yeah, I mean, it seems fine. 96.2C, that's fine. You know, it's only... Really? Oh. I was like, why didn't this work? It's only 205 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, it seems fine to me. Wait, what? Yeah, I'm being facetious if that wasn't clear. Like, yeah, it seems fine. It's like my hydrometers that bottom out at 10%. Right? Just, yes, I know, that's the max. It can't go any higher than that. And hopefully it's throttling down because of it. But non-null. Gee, what is a good way to do this? I guess we convert it back. G date time format ISO 8601. And that, yeah, gives me string. Okay. G date time format ISO 86. No. Does this take a stupid thing? No, it just gives me daytime. Oh, right, because it has a time zone. Has to have the time zone. Clear pointer. G free. Yeah. Or, what's that Hollywood tool? I'm not going to run it, but... Hollywood doesn't... Yeah, fill your console with Hollywood melodrama technobabble and destroy your machine. Because by default, it fork bombs you. Like, what the fuck, man? Multiple panes of genuine technobabble, perfectly suitable for any Hollywood geek melodrama. It's particularly suitable on any number of computer consoles in the background of any excellent schlock of techno thriller. I have it installed? No, I don't have it installed. I've tried to show it before, and it goes fucking apeshit. And you're just like, ah! What are you doing? And also, where am I leaking memory from here? Leaking... Oh, I know where I'm leaking memory from. Derp, derp, derp. Derp, derp, derp. Buggy, buggy, bug. That could be an interesting VTuber programming. The Swedish programmer. Yeah, I think it just works in a terminal, but I think there's like some limit for it you need to set. I never found the arguments for it. Hollywood one-man page. The number of splits to divide your screen. For the console, it will split your BYOBU into multiple panes of genuine technical, perfectly suitable. Hollywood tries not to overwhelm your system by running widgets with maximum scheduling priority port. Yeah, like yeah. It's it's caused me to hard power multiple times. So like I think that's bullshit. That or just does not like my machines. I don't know. I think it's trolling people. I don't know. Was missed. Whatever. Then added earlier, but was overlooked. Seal 17. $40, $54. And the test under veil grind and called in the turtles. So as we get more and more Seagull in here, we're going to start dropping serialization for everything. Contact manager and then history we need to figure out a bit more. But the contact manager will be nice to get that in and get all the tags and everything done and all that stuff. Should be cool. It's 4054. Then entered. Been created for this. In progress. Oh. Okay. Yep. All right. So want to stay up too late, so let's see who's on. Somebody good to raid. Alright, yeah, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go raid Mr. Nick Wan. I don't know what he's doing at the moment, but it's cool. But yeah. Ugh. Thank you everybody for coming by tonight. Like I said, we're gonna raid Mr. Nick Wan. If you don't want to join the raid, you can go ahead and hit cancel above chat. I don't know if he's on YouTube or not, but YouTube, here's a link to his Twitch, and you can find out from there. I know I should figure that better. Actually, wait, here. Hold on. He has a link right here. Thank you, Nick. You made that easy. Boom, there we go. But yeah, so in the meantime, be sure to follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube and hit the notification bell for your desired level of notificationery. In the meantime, you can find links to all my social media right over here. I do post on my Mastodon when I'm going to go live, so if you are on the Fediverse, you can find that right over here. And if you'd like to join us on the officially unofficial Pidgin Discord, you can find a link to that right over here as well. So thank you everybody for coming by tonight. I probably won't be back on until Thursday, unless something changes. Otherwise, see my crap and we'll go from there. But yeah, so until next time, adios.